Hello YouTubers, and welcome to the video today, and thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching all my recent uploads in terms of the train simulation gaming stuff. That's proved quite popular, but I want to get back to doing what I love the most in this channel, apart from trains in all shapes and forms, good old model railways. So today I'm going to just show you a little something that I've dug out of my what are called my bits and pieces box. And by saying bits and pieces, what I mean is over the years, if you're a regular railway modeler or a seasoned modeler or even just a beginner, what happens is, or what you will find over the period of time in the hobby, you do tend to collect bits and pieces that are either in need of repair or spares and repairs, or just things that you don't want to throw away because you think, oh, I could do something with that, I can fix the motor in that, I can get round to getting things running again. So what I want to show you is this. It's the Hornby Class 110 DMU. Now, I've done a video on this before, but there's something quite cool that I found the other day. This is the set that I bought off eBay, this one here, and this is the R687 DMU pack. As you can see, it's in good condition there. It's got the original, look at that, retro Rail Riders bit of paper on there, and as you can see, it's in immaculate condition. Hope that looks right way up to you at home, because it's upside down where I'm filming this, so hopefully it appears the right way. But as you can see, you've got the box is in pretty good condition, and what's inside, I'll just take this out briefly. I'm not going to do a video on this, but I just want to show you something quite unique. So if I squeeze this out of the box as best I can, very carefully, he says, because it's quite tightly packed in there, I don't want to rip anything, but I shouldn't. There we go. Carefully slide that out and cover off. Put that aside for 1 second. And obviously this set came with the original, look at that, 01. Now there's the thing, those of you out there that are quite seasoned in the hobby, remember this from the late 70s, early 80s. This is the Hornby 01 system, which is now obsolete. It was Hornby's first attempt at DCC. So that's the instruction manual that comes with that. Well, I don't know what's more retro about this leaflet. The fact that it's a Rail Riders Club application leaflet, or the fact that it's got poor old Keith Chegwin on the front, who's sadly no longer with us. That's interesting, a little bit of history, isn't it? But anyway, as you can see, there's the DMU pack inside. Like I said, I've done a video on this before. I'm not doing a video on this, but it's something related to this is what I want to do today to share with you. So as you can see briefly from the images in front, it's in immaculate condition. I bought this one off eBay. I think I paid something like, what was it now, 70 quid for this set complete as advertised, and as you can see so far from the video, it's in immaculate condition. There's the driving motor coach. This is a lovely thing, isn't it? And it's all in immaculate condition there. Upstairs in my workbench, I have got the little sheet of stickers that come with this, and basically you can change the destination blinds on the front here. I haven't put mine on there yet, but for example, the head code I've put on there, but underneath you get Blackpool, Doncaster little destination blind labels that fit right up just below the head code number there. So that's all nice and well, but this is not what I'm going to talk about today. I want to show you something interesting, and it's related to this. So let's just put all this aside just for one moment. Now this is what I want to bring in, show you. It's another one, but this is the later version of this. I think it was released in 1994. Obviously you can see, compared to the box there, the different style of Hornby lettering and packaging compared to that style of packaging. Oops, way around. So as you can see, that box is much more different to that. So the reason I'm showing you this one is this one originally I got it about 1994-95. I actually remember this, and it's quite sentimental because it has the name of the shop that I regularly used to go, and it was called The Engine Shed in Leytonstone High Road, and it's $36.95 in those days. In 1994, that's how much this cost. So the reason I've shown you this is because the reason I got the other DMU set off eBay was because this one isn't working, purely for the fact you'll see in a minute. But as you can see, the box isn't doing too bad for its age, 1994. It's been looked after as best I could, kept away, because obviously there was periods in my life where I didn't have a model railway. I had no layout whatsoever, so it used to stay in a big cardboard box with the other boxes of stuff I had for the layout, and just sat there until I actually got around to building the layout again. But anyway, the thing is I want to show you is this has had a few little modifications to it, and I'm going to take it out of the box and show you now. So what I'm going to do is carefully, and I stress the word carefully because this box is very fragile. That's one side. So there is my original Hornby Class 110 DMU from 1994. A much older, later issue model compared to the other one you saw. That was about 1980, I think, or the early 80s. This one's sort of the early 90s, so about 10 years difference between the two. But what I'm saying is, this one at present, if you can see, if you can pick it up on the camera there, I've just put in biro pen, 3-car dummy power unit. And basically what that means is this power car, where is it here? This one. It's incomplete because if you look obviously at this close up, you'll notice the front bogie, which has got its correct pickup set of bogies and associated die-cast weight front bogie pickup assembly on there. That's complete. It's even got the wire that goes from the pickup bogie to the motor. But when you skim along to look in the guards compartment, there should be a ring-filled motor in there, and there's not. It's a dummy set of wheels because the motor inside this particular motor coach is no longer with it. Obviously that's why I've put a dummy set of wheels and stripped the motor bogie out, because it was defective and wasn't working. And at the time I didn't have the common sense or the know-how to fix it or replace it as I do now. Nowadays I just basically strip it apart and clean it and get it going again, and if it wasn't working I'll source the parts from people like Peter Spares and get it going as a labour of love. But in those days I wasn't really up on the hobby too much, so I ended up taking the motor out because it didn't work, and I ended up bunging it in the bin, which was a rather silly thing to do. However, what I've done is, on this particular model, is because it's now a dummy as such, as a motor coach, you've got that one there. On this particular model I painted the destination head code out as a blank. I did that back in the day in 1994. What else did we do? I painted the headlights yellow. You can make that out on the front there. I painted those yellow. These are all things I did in 94, in that period when I was sort of experimenting with how to do little custom finishes on models and stuff like that. I was only in my 20s, so I wasn't really up on the hobby too much. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to show you as well. The diesel exhaust ports, or the exhaust pipes, I painted those silver back in the day. So that's quite a different finish on there. It doesn't look too bad actually. I think that's quite cool. And the other thing I did as well back in the day, I remember painting the exhaust manifold the same colour, silver. So that was a little finishing touch I added. The Timken oil bearers on the wheels, I painted those yellow on both sets. I think on the whole 3-car, I think. But little things I was doing back in the day to enhance models and just to come up with some ideas, obviously. But the interesting thing I want to share with you about this set is, I want to get round to talking about, is because it's technically a 3-car dummy set, there's no motor involved in this set whatsoever. Because we've got a coupling on, get out, there we go. We've got a coupling on one motor coach end, and on the opposite ends we have no coupling on that one. I'm trying to see it on the camera. We've got no coupling because that actually was locked off. Again, something that I did back in 1994-95. I decided to remove the coupling So the idea is, all being well, we can run this as a dummy unit and couple it up to that. So we now have a 6-car unit, and that's the cool idea that I came up with the other day. I thought, oh, I remember this sitting in my box of bits and pieces and my different rolling stock collections I've got in a big container that I either run or just don't use anymore. And I thought, oh, let's dig this out and let's see what we can do with it. So what I ended up doing was, from the brand new eBay set, which I just showed you a minute ago, it did come with couplings for the motor coaches at the cabins, so you can actually connect it up in the future. So what I did, I actually pinch one from the new set and fit it up onto the motor coach from the old set, as you can see in the camera shot there. So in theory, like I said, without repeating myself, we can now couple this up to the other one and make a 6-car, and I'm going to do a video of that very shortly, and just some running, and I hope you enjoy that. Another little thing I'm going to talk about as well before we put this away is that I did a slight modification as such on this middle trailer coach. When I got this out of the box originally from this set, the corridor connection was missing on this end. The one on that end is complete, as you can see, that's complete, but the one on this end was missing. So what I did, I had some old, not old should I say, I rephrased that, I had some Hornby Monsell coaches, some brand new super detailed Hornby Monsell coaches that I got on a sale from Model Zone many years ago, and it had the rubberized connection, corridor connection bits in a separate little detail pack, and I didn't use them, so I thought, well, I'll pinch one out of there, and we've now got our corridor connection on the back there, which I think is pretty cool. So it just goes to show, when you have these little bits and pieces lying around and you can't use them, keep them handy, because you never know when you can use them. And this one here, it works rather well, because as you can see, that's now complete, so I'm pleased about that. I gave the wheels a little bit of a clean up the other day with some lighter fluid and some cotton buds, the old traditional cleaning method I use. Did the whole 3-car with this. So what we're going to do very shortly, we're going to switch the camera off in a minute, and we're going to go upstairs to the layout room, and we're going to run this as a 6-car, and we shall see the results and how cool that will look. Anyway, we're running some trains along with that, so stay tuned, get yourself a beverage of your choice, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so we're upstairs in the model railway room, and as promised we have the 3 cars coupled together in the station, or thereabouts, so it's not even going to fit in the platforms, it's so long. That's quite a thing, isn't it? So obviously the lead unit, the lead 3-car, is the R687, which is the earlier version Hornby 110 DMU, and then in the middle, just like the real thing, the other end 3-car unit is the R369, which is the 1994 Hornby issue, the later version. So again, there's 10 years difference between the two of them. Both with interesting to note that if we zoom up here, so where I keep all my other bits and pieces, if we look up here, you can see there's 2 different catalogue numbers as well. R687, which is the earlier version, and then the later version is, where is it? Oh yeah, 369. So 2 totally different catalogue numbers for these 2 units. Same tooling, same everything, no difference whatsoever. Just a different issue date. Anyway, so it's quite a thing, as you can see. I'll do the camera around this way so you can get an idea of how long this thing is. It's just really long. It's probably a really long train for my layout actually. Just about fits comfortably. Anyway, what I'll do, it's departure time, so let's try and run this, or should I say we will run this as a 6 car. First time ever, so let's see how she works. And she effortlessly pulls away with that single drive unit taking all 6 of those cars, including itself. Look at that. That's quite something. Look at that, folks. No problem whatsoever. Off into the tunnel. I'll try and get a long shot. There she comes. That is quite something. I like that, definitely. I'll take the camera over the back in a minute so we can get some other shots on the other side of the layout, different perspective shots and different angles. But in the meantime, I was just thinking, I don't have to have this running as a 6 car, I can actually have it running as a 4 car. Because what I can also do is take out the 2 trailers and couple those together, sandwiched between the 2 driving cars. So that's another option. So you can run a 4 car, a 6 car, or a 3 car. So there's quite a lot of flexibility with this setup. But what I probably will do, I've looked online, I've noticed companies like, for example, Peter Spares and different companies like that. I think Hampshire Models. There's various other modelling companies out there online and shops that I believe you can still get the motor drive unit that fits for the Class 110 motor bogie on this set. I still think you can get it. If I can't, I'll have to source another set maybe and just do it another way, but it is doable, and I do want to get this running in so we can have 2 of these going at the same time. Or I might even just get another Hornby Class 110 DMU set, because they are available on eBay quite regularly in good condition. That'll be interesting. But anyway, for the meantime, we've got our 6 car running. So I'm just going to stop the camera now, and we're going to go over and take some different shots, and I do hope you like the layout. Anyway, if I don't speak to you soon, have a wonderful day. Thanks for checking in with the video, and happy modelling, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.